Okay, we're going to talk about this reject ID on the fly using this EQX 800. This is version 1.7.5 loaded in this thing. Okay, I'm in part 1, default settings. I got the backlight on. There's no glare in this barn. Maybe you see this here a little better. I may do some more videos in here later on. Okay, page 49 of the manual, if you'll read it closely. And some people might get a little confused if they just pick their detector up and think, oh, well, I know how this works. Okay, see that junk target there? Okay, let's say we want to reject that, okay, on the fly. We sweep it, and we dig it, we lay it on top of the ground, okay? Sweep it, hit your check mark with the X slash, okay? You see up here in the meter, you got this little segment missing, okay? Now that may not knock it out totally, but it definitely affects it. Now, since I detected it again after I rejected it, it's not going to let me put it back in there. Okay, so I'm going to reset this thing. Okay, we're going to start over. Okay, now I'm going to sweep it one time. Okay, now I mashed the button. Now I'm holding the coil up in the air. Okay, I'm not around no iron, no nothing else. Now if I hit this button again, it comes back in. Okay, if I hit the button again, it goes back out. Now if I go over here, here's an old car radiator. Now if I sweep that, you see the big old 39 in the meter. Now if I hit this button, it's going to come down here and reject this one. Again, if I don't sweep nothing else, I hit this button, it'll put it back. Okay. Now the problem you run into with this in the field is, unless you've got a predetermined target already maybe in a clean spot and you want to reject it, that's fine. If you was to dig a junk target, you're like, oh boy, this area is full, let's just say, of these old Corona bottle caps, okay? And you try to reject this, well, if you lay it on top of the ground, you better be careful, because trash around it may distort your reading, you know, and you won't reject necessarily that cap. You might reject more than that cap, okay? Now, the other warning about this, when you're in this detect screen, okay, and let's say you're in a fairly clean side and you detected this old nickel and you laid your machine down and you picked it up, and there wasn't no metal around it or nothing like that, and you picked the machine up and you hit this button right here, okay, hit that reject button. Well, it's missing up here, your segment's missing, okay, and you won't know it unless you look, okay? And that's what I don't like about this. I don't like this button being able to be pushed and it take this out up here. I'd rather it be down here. I'd rather all the except reject be down here. If I find a junk target and I want to reject it, I can sweep it, go down here and knock it out, go back to my detect screen and check it to see if I've knocked it out. And I might need to add some more, may need to take another segment out, or maybe even two, depending, to get rid of it, depending on, you know, what it sounds like. Now, water hunters, when you've got this unit submerged, you know, you're not really getting a good look at this right here. So if you ain't careful, you know, and you let your fingers do the walking here, you push the wrong button, you might have a segment or two missing, you know, and you're sweeping over gold rings and you're not getting any audio, okay? Night hunters, maybe. Of course, this thing's got a good backlight. I just thought I'd share